up, you guys? Thank you so much for joining me once again. If it is your first time here, hello, my darling. My name is Zizile Mdakane. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and make sure that you press that notification bell, honey, to always get regular updates on when I post. And if it is your usual time with me here once again, if you are a regular, the most loyal viewer of mine, subscriber, baby girl, baby boy, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I'm just sitting here and I've decided to go down memory lane. You guys will excuse the noise. If you hear anything, it's just cars passing by. So I was just sitting minding my own business, and please do forgive me if I decide to munch on my Valentine's Day treats. The girl can't get enough of them. But anyway, side note, that's just, because we are fresh from Valentine, we also got gifts. Yes. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I went down memory lane. Okay, and I actually tapped into a space or a time in my life where I actually realized that, you know what, I actually was a proper church girl at some point. Okay, by proper, well, in my eyes, okay, I wasn't like that type of church girl, but I actually was a church girl, religiously so. Every Saturday I was there, and mind you, I was actually a singer, which brings me to today's topic: popularity in the church and the truth about it. Like, honestly, guys, I think for me it was always just overwhelming. The only good thing about it was that I got to meet a lot of great and amazing people. I got to travel, which is something that I probably wouldn't be able to do if I was just in jail. I got to see different places in Africa. I went to not all of them as much as I wish as much as I would have loved to, but I traveled to Zambia, Botswana, okay, Lesotho right around the corner, but like the mere fact that I actually got to experience, Africa, or to see different parts of, Africa, and the different cultures was just so amazing for me. And that's one aspect of the whole popularity in the church thing that I feel I will always treasure, because it exposed me to a lot of things. Okay, which brings me back to maybe just to give you guys like a background. Okay, so I grew up, born and bred, I'm an Adventist, and there wasn't really anything much that I knew about any church or any other religion besides Adventism. Trust me, child, if you are an Adventist, you know that it is that deep. Okay, but with that being said, I'm also very grateful that I was given that privilege of being Adventist, and I still am. So, right, going back to what I was saying, the thing about popularity in the church is that sometimes you don't realize that you're popular up until it becomes a lifestyle. You know what I mean? Lifestyle in the sense that when you go to church, you know that, number one, it's a matter of where are we churching today. So I sang in a group, right? I don't want to mention the group's name because it's not really about them, but it's just about the topic, and also just to respect the people that I used to sing with. So I sang in a group, and I had an amazing time with amazing people. So the thing is, now every Saturday, right, we'd always go to different churches. So that's one thing about it. You knew that there was never really like a standard point or standard Saturday where you would always be at one certain point, so you that's how you got to be seen. That's how people got to see you and know you. You know what I mean? And depending on how consistent and serious the group was with their craft, and they what do we call it in the Christian world, and their ministry. Yes, that's oh my God, that's the word. Depending on how serious the group was about their ministry, I think that's just how, like, that would obviously I don't want to say dictate how far they would go, but that opened a lot of doors. Let me rather say you use that word. That opened up a lot of doors for them because consistency, and the seriousness in the craft and the ministry opened up a lot of doors. It made people, respect your craft. It really made people appreciate you. Okay, so now I was always an a cappella singer. The group was an a cappella singer actually. So you always had that. Okay, where are we churching now, what are we doing now, and all of that. But you know what the downside about that is, I don't even want to say it's females only. I'm gonna say the truth, that the only downside about it is that, yo, what are we gonna wear? Yo, we gotta look good. You know what I mean? We gotta represent, you know? But it's not in the sense that, yeah, we want them to see us. No. But like, it's a new place. You gotta make a good impression. And I'm also in marketing, so I've always believed in a brand and brand image, and I think the people that sang with me, I always questioned a lot of things, or maybe I'm like, what are we wearing? Like if you're looking funny, what is going on? You know what I mean? I was always that person amongst other females in the group, so I'm actually realizing how fun the journey was, and I think you guys can even tell in my face. So yeah, and that was just the, I don't want to say the downside of it, but like, it was a downside in the sense that the days when you didn't have money to buy something new, or the days where you didn't have, and guys, come on, even if you're an Adventist and you're watching this, let's not lie, especially if you was a singer, bruh, you always just had to look good, and it's fine, it's okay, because people want to see you look respectable. You have to look respectable. I mean, same goes for pastors as well. You know what I mean? So, right. Now, that type of thing led to some of us becoming shopaholics, because now maybe it's worse when you are female, but I know for a fact that there are some guys who are just as bad with wearing different outfits every time they go somewhere or they go and perform, right? So that's the thing. So that kind of thing resulted into, if you didn't have money or whatever, you'd find yourself being pressed for time, or if you felt you're not looking good enough now, or because maybe you are wearing something you've worn previously, but you know how a good outfit feels, man. You just feel fresh. You just feel statement for yourself. You just feel good, like you wabangena ka confidence, yes. So that was the one part of it. Now, the same thing with popularity in the church is, man, there's no privacy, bruh. There's no privacy, because why? You're traveling to all these different churches, you're ministering. You are singing, and people are seeing you. People are like, Holmes, go by the lava to type of thing, Like, everybody's curious, like, who are these? Who are they? And then who are they? I mean, and then you find yourself answering, these are they that have, come to bring in the ministry in song type of thing. So I'm sorry, I just had to say that. That was funny. Even if you're not laughing, but I'm gonna laugh for you, child. I'm gonna laugh for you. But anyway, okay. So like, you would become so popular, and your private life. And if I'm really going to be honest, with that comes a lot of, because I mean, we're all taught in the church, which you must find people that are good, that are going to be good wives, that are going to be good husbands. So I mean, guys, I'm gonna be honest. As much as yes, the ministry part was there, but future, you would also think about the future. You know what I mean? So if you see any potential that was future looking like, you were there, like we were there. You know what I mean? And it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I'm not afraid to say it. you know so yeah, and that happened. That will happen. So you'll find Lucy, as much as maybe you wanted to be ordinary, and please don't take this word carelessly. I'm using it in its purest form. you know you couldn't, simply because you have to be an example. What you're singing on the stage has to match your lifestyle off stage. What you're living off stage has to match the lifestyle that you know you are going to be uh, projecting on the Saturday at church. So that made things very, very difficult, kind of. I think my friends in high school and at tertiary, maybe, whatever, they knew that when it was Saturdays, I'm easy. Like, y'all can miss me. They knew that there were certain things that I would do if, for whatever reason, I had the I had the strength, or I was brave enough. You get it? Or if I had the strength and I was brave enough to do some things, um, child, I would hide it. I would hide it so much that there wouldn't even be like a slight whisper of hey, you know what I mean? And the only thing with that ended up becoming a problem is that, remember, you are also growing up, you know, and things need to balance in your life. There's a social life, and I'm saying this now because I've gone through the experience, and it's my opinion, it's my experience, okay? You don't have to take it, but let me be real with you. The only thing with that is that um, one thing that I realize now is that the people that are in your church community don't make up life, don't make up your entire life, don't make up the world, even if we're going to stretch it that far. So it's important for you to interact with other people that think differently. Excuse me. I also believe now that it is also important to interact with people who live differently. Why? Because it broadens your thinking, it broadens how you see life. You don't have to do those things, but just observing and seeing as, okay, you know what? Certain people live like this. Now, the negative part, and remember, please highlight the fact that I'm saying my life, my experience, my opinion. The negative part was that with that is that you end up finding yourself in mixed personalities, or mixed worlds, or there's this word I'm looking for, but it's not coming to me. But like, you end up finding yourselves living double lives, because you want to be as real as possible, as relevant as possible to the outside world, and yet you still have to be this person as well in the in the church community. Now that's where I had a problem with, because people that don't know you in the church, you'd come across as though, hey Jayla, who you think you is, boo? Trying to come up here being all bougie. What's, like, you know what I mean? Or like, oh, she thinks she better. Or, oh, church girl, oh, whatever, hey, oh, you don't do this, oh, you don't do that type of thing. Um, and there's only so much of those comments that you can actually take up until they get to a point where you feel like you need to do something about them. Remember, you're growing up while all of this is happening, okay? And as you're growing up, there's a part of you that wants to experience life. So it now became a challenge. That's why sometimes, not even within like my church or whatever, but I know this as a Christian norm. That's why sometimes you'll find people who others would maybe term as worship team singers or worship team leaders or whatever the term is. You'll find them also being very you know out there up, like in the things of the world, and also very like this with like within the church, you know what I mean. But you'll find Duguti, they can't maybe balance it out, or it now becomes a tug of war type of situation, and as a result the outside world ends up, taking over, you know what I mean. So a person always wants to, or an individual, a being always wants to find that point that they can identify with who they really are. Excuse me. Now, for me, that kind of life led to a lot of depression in my life, because um, you have to live according to set standards of mothers in the church, of guys in the church, girls in the church, haters. You know what I mean? There's always that need to always do right all the time, and there's no room. There's no room at all to be human, at all. You make one mistake, you become human. Just make the mistake of being human. It is your head on the chopping board. It is your head on the platter. Ingane yamama usibanibani. Ingane yakasibanibani. You know what I mean? And it's so weird because I was watching a movie the other day, and it was also one of those, one of those movies that have church like in them. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was a series. You'll find, Lucy, there's always those kind of mothers, whether it be in the movies Fighting Temptations or the series The Walker Girls. There's always those ladies that are just always, or the preacher's kid, perfect example. The woman that expects a woman to be in a certain way, especially worse if she's like in the public. You know what I mean? She has to dress a certain way. Now, I'll tell you one thing about me, child. I know my curves. Okay? God bless me with my curves. I am not about to wear some raggedy dress that is double my size. I'm sorry. I am young, okay? I am still young. I am still blessed, with a good body. I'm not saying that I'm showing up trying to show my curves, but best believe I'm gonna, you know. And I need to feel confident, you know what I mean? So then you'll find that there's people that maybe don't agree with how you wear or how you dressy. There's people that don't. There's people that would size you with what you with where where you bought the item from. So Mina, guys, I'm not afraid to say I shop anywhere. Okay, I shop anywhere. If I see it, I like it. If it's for $50, I'm aware it'll be 500 rand worth value once I wear it, type of thing. So that's just the thing with the popularity in the church, that there's this and then you grow up and then you see these kids younger than you, aspiring to be you. You are their role model. They want to take pictures with you because, oh my God, you've got this voice. You are this angel. You're this role model. You know what I mean? And I don't wanna take away anything from that. That is love, admiration in its purest form, but it is so. Oh, it is very, very, very easy to fall into the trap and end up seeing yourself as some god or is some being that is higher than thou. You know what I mean? And many people have actually fallen into that trap, because you need to understand that when you walk in with being a popular figure, be it a pastor or the pastor's right hand man or whatever, there's always just that certain different treatment that's there. So we understand that when people see you like that, everybody wants to fuss with you. You know, I mean, over you. You must sit in the front. You must. There's water. There's everything, guys. I don't like to. It's nice. Hey, it is nice. Well, where's the toilet? Okay, hey, you will go right, okay, and then it's left. Do you understand? Yes. That's how people talk to you sometimes. No, would you like some water, guys? Don't lie, it is nice, but it is so dangerous for a person who is not mentally, spiritually, emotionally matured, because that kind of treatment goes straight straight in the medulla oblongata, dude. Like pag cerebrum or whatever you want to call it. You know, it goes there and it does damage. You find people walking there with their noses up in their head. They no longer can relate to anyone because bona they adjust. You know what I mean? And it's hard to come back down when life, not even life, when God humbles you. It is hard. Okay. And as much as the treatment is there, sometimes I do wish that the people in the church could tone it down, because guys, we are all equal in God's eyes. Yes, we have different gifts. Yes, you know, this and that. But our treatment of people who hold superior and big roles in the church shouldn't make the next person who has no title or whatever, who is visiting in the church, feel like they are less than. You know what I mean? Unworthy. That's the word, unworthy. You know? So that's just my story, guys. I could go on and on and on and on and on. But one thing I could really tell you is that I thank God for COVID. I thank God for COVID because, you know, humility happened to all of us. Humility happened to people who thought they were never going to find themselves at a point where they are just normal, ordinary, like everybody. You know what I mean? COVID taught us to calm down, to humble ourselves, to see ourselves as humble sinners equally before the Lord, as individuals, as children of God equally. You know, it taught us to reconnect with God, which is another problem ever born when you are popular in the church. There's no time to actually take in the sermon that is being preached. There's no time for you to actually let it in simply, because you are remember speaking to you know, sometimes I sit right there and I'm thinking, and I wonder how, I wonder what God sees. I wonder how hard He loves when we do all these things. But the beautiful thing is that no matter how, where the person's intentions are, what the person's intentions are, I love the fact that it's praise to God. We can argue and say, but they praise themselves first. People tend to praise themselves first. But you know, at the end of the day, I always choose to look at it in a different way. So you may be sitting there feeling like, oh, church. You may be a recovering person who is probably dealing with that honestly wish I could say more. Comment down below if you would like to hear more about my church experiences or whatever it is. But thank you so much for watching, and have a good night, or have a good morning, or have a good day. Mwah!